gonna count you down. 3, 2, 1, live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to RIPDebt23 2023. I am your second to last host for the day. I am Blackheart Wings, and I'm here with bzarcher. We're going to be doing Cult of the Lamb, but before we get into that, I know we talked about this earlier, BZ. I'm sorry. I'm all shuffled around, but before we get into the run, there are some things that I would like to address. We have some donations that didn't get read during the last run, but I think that they absolutely should be read. Talbrick donated $26 that says, I wanted it to be a better number. GG Meteor on Event PB and extra GGs to Octini. Way to do something good with this. We have $10 from Sib with no comment, but the generosity is super appreciated. And we just got $25 from the previous runner, 7th Ace, that says, thanks for having me and supporting this cause. Thank you so much for your generosity. We really appreciate it. That run, by the way, was absolutely fantastic. Oh, gosh. All right. And just as a reminder, we are about to close out the Cult of the Lamb cult name, but we do have another final incentive for your donations. It is the Ghost of Tsushima armor color. This is purely cosmetic. It does not affect any of the run, but I did hear a little rumor that the runner's favorite armor color is white. So, if you want to affect the armor color for the final run of the night, send in a donation, put your money towards that poll, and let us know what color you want to see. I think that is it for right now. BZ, take it away.
Hey, everybody. This is bzarcher. We are getting ready to do Cult of the Lamb Marriage Percent. For the record, my favorite color is purple, so that doesn't work for the armor, but let's go for white, just because if that's their favorite, then we should make that happen. But we are going to be playing Cult of the Lamb here. We're going to be doing Marriage Percent, which is basically we're going to start from a fresh file. We are going to be building our cult, and when we get it unlocked, we are going to marry one of our followers, and that will be time when we get that ritual. So I usually call time when they kiss at the end of the marriage, but beyond that, here we go.
When does time start for Cult of the Lamb?
Time's going to start when we finish this intro and we get control of Lambert, which should be as soon as this finishes loading. So, go. Go ahead and start time here. And as you can see, here we are. We are Lambert. We are not very culty at the moment, but we are a lamb. And it's kind of a bad day.
Lambert's no good, very bad day.
Mm-hmm.
He's going through it.
At the top of the screen here, you can see the bishops of the Old Faith. In order, they are Leshy, Heket, Kalamar, and Shamura. They are basically the rulers of the land we are in and the religion that these cults are dedicated to. And yeah, kneeling to be sacrificed is a bad sign.
Oh gosh, I forgot to mention, if you are still hanging out in chat, we did meet the incentive for chat to name all of the cultists that we recruit. So when we recruit a cultist, first name gets it. It's first come, first serve.
If somebody does want to do like a super thing and donate bits or some stuff to the channel to get a name, I am all for it. The more you guys donate, the more we get money towards helping people out with a good cause. Now this...
I firmly believe... Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I firmly believe we can make it to $1,500 by the end of the night. Hopefully more, but I definitely think we can make it to $1,500.
We already PB'd from last year, guys. Let's just go for style points. So...
As a quick disclaimer, this is Octini. There is a command that will periodically pop up in chat, but just a quick disclaimer, if you do want to donate to name cultists, bits are great, subs are great. Bits and subs do not go towards the RIP Medical Debt campaign. Those will go to support the channel, because I don't have a reliable way to ensure that that goes towards the charity. So if you want to donate to Name a Cultist, wonderful. If you want to make sure that money goes towards the campaign, which is what I would encourage, then do it through the donate link or the Tiltify campaign. That's all. Love you all.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Octini.
This is the one who waits. It's hard to tell, but he is a kitty, which is very important. And he's the new boss, because as you can see, you are kind of dead, but he is going to fix you up.
I had no idea the one who waits was a cat.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it before.
He's got 3 eyes, but he's a kitty. And now, of course, do you want to start a cult? Yes or sure? We'll go with absolutely. It changes absolutely nothing, but, you know, sometimes you got to think about it just a second.
Very much a yes or yes kind of situation.
Mm-hmm. And now we have a nice little new outfit, and we get a bell. The bell is very important.
And a sword.
And a sword. Now, in theory, we're supposed to battle guys, but really what we need to do here is just to get out. So our goal here basically is to escape this area and to get to where we're going to start our cult. And we have a little bit of help here who we're about to meet. This is Ratau. He is a former vessel like us, and he's had a rough time of it. But he's here to give us a hand and get us out of here.
I love how he still has a little paper crown.
He actually, if you go to his house, he keeps the paper crown on a little table by the bed, and I think that is just one of the cutest things ever.
Ratau is so cute. I love him.
Oh, just for the chat's information, this is running the current patch level with the new DLC. I actually updated it today just to make sure we were up to date. It does not really affect this part of the run, but you will see some things that may pop up that are, if you've played Cult of the Lamb but haven't played the new content, you might see a few things pop up that are mostly cosmetic, but there are a couple that can affect the game, but I'm not sure we're going to get far enough for you to really see them before we're done with the run time here. So you can see we have 2 options here. I am going to pick down. And we'll find out if I picked right in a moment. Yeah! Sometimes there are clues to what the rooms hold. In this case, we're really just kind of going for whatever we find, but fortunately, we have made our escape.
First cultist.
Time to make a friend. Oh, they're a hedgehog. I guess we'll see what the chat says.
Alright, name a cultist. Let us know what you want it to be.
Technically, we'll put it until we get to the cult, but yeah.
I will be keeping track.
Okie dokie.
I've got my little notepad here.
Excellent.
Teeny says Mary.
Ooh,
Who had a little lamb. That's incredible. I'm obsessed with it.
I love it. All right. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. So we've got our first quest. And now we get a little bit of a break. There is a lot of dialogue and tutorial kind of stuff, even though I have disable tutorial turned on. It does kind of put you on rails for the first part of the run, but once you've gotten to the point where Ratau says his job is done, everything else is up to you. This will help build a good foundation, but otherwise you do have control once that hits. So because we're here to go fast, we're going to go on easy difficulty. Because we are here for a good time, not a long time.
This is very true. There she is.
Yep. Alright, was it spelled M-A-R-Y or M-E-R-R-Y?
M-A-R-Y.
Alright. Sometimes I will change the forms, but I think we're going to leave her as a hedgie. I like the idea of, since it's Mary who has the little lamb, we should make her quills as white as snow.
Perfect.
And here you go. We get the classic haircut. Hey, naturally obedient even. There are like so
Optimal.
many terrible things here, but very good.
Optimal personality for a cult, I would say.
Yes. Alright, so we gotta gather some materials.
It reminds me a lot of the beginning of Stardew Valley. Sorry, I bring up Stardew Valley with literally everything. It's the one game that I run.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, and that's not true. I watched your Shredder's Revenge run. You were great.
I did not run Shredder's Revenge.
Were you hosting for that then?
I was hosting for that one. Was I hosting for that one?
I thought
T-Tree was the one who ran it.
Okay. I still associate you with that, so I'm gonna just kind of go with that. I never said my brain worked well, so we got to build a cooking fire here, and normally I like to put it towards the top of the cult's campsite. You can see in the RNG for this one, it's just kind of messy, so I'm going to end up putting it up over in this corner just to get it where it'll be easy to get to. Now we got to collect ingredients. One upside is we have a ton of lumber to start out, which is very helpful. I know we technically have enough bushes, but it's never bad to get extra ingredients. Pretty soon we're going to have some more mouths to feed.
Soon enough, this cult will be bustling with people.
Yep.
Not Octini pulling up my speedrun.com profile. Good God. I do only run Stardew for the moment. I want to run other games, but it'll happen eventually. This is actually on my list. I do want to learn the Marriage Percent run for Cult of the Lamb.
This is fun. It's very easy and beginner friendly, so I recommend it. Also, I am gonna say that, you know, for those who haven't seen this part of Cult of the Lamb before, it is the classic bait and switch. You thought you were buying a roguelike, and instead you're playing The Sims.
You've got a little bit of randomly generated dungeon, a little bit of cult maintenance.
Yep.
It's the best of both worlds.
Alright, so we open this door with the help of our follower.
I love the little dances that they do when they're helping you out. They wave their little arms. It's adorable.
Oh, yeah. You can get them to do dance parties or find them doing, like, dancing circles if you go away for a bit and come back and there's no other task to do. It's a lot of fun. So this is our first environment, basically our first dungeon framework. This is the Darkwood. It is Leshy's domain. And it is kind of like, if the different areas are kind of themed, this is like summer. Fall would arguably be Anora, which is Hecate. Winter, even though it's a water level, is really Waterdeep. And then spring, in its own weird way, is kind of Silk Cradle. But Silk Cradle also does a really good job of just being creepy and macabre in general. So
I feel like Silk Cradle really embodies Halloween.
it does, and yet. Alright, so you're going to notice here we've got two choices. One of these goes to the tarot card reader, and to that mechanic, but we're actually just going to keep running up to this room ahead. The tarot card mechanic and the NPC that runs it are one of the ways you normally get buffs during the dungeons, but it is a very slow mechanic, and you actually have to make some choices when it comes up. Because of that, we generally try to avoid that when we're in the combat phase and just get to the objective as quickly as we can.
I was going to ask, because there are different kinds of rooms, especially because you're running like a roguelite, there are different kinds of rooms across the board. Are there any rooms that you prefer to prioritize? Like, obviously, you said that you deprioritize the tarot rooms, but which ones would you prefer to see?
If we see, like especially in this map, the vegetable or the resource ones are really good for helping to get the cult going. In this case, I'm choosing the wood one. In terms of the in-dungeon rooms, I would say the best ones to run into are going to be the fairly narrow, linear ones. But for the ones that have like NPCs, I would say either the heart challenges or Klaatu, who is the weaponsmith, because he basically just has extra weapons or extra spells sitting out. You pick what you want and you go. The new relics mechanic is also interesting, but initially it's another one that's time consuming when you run across the first couple. After that, though, it's a bit better, especially if you don't stop to try to get any other stuff out of the things you find in the room. So we've gotten our first weapon upgrade. We don't have magic spells yet. I did mention them, but it is coming. But first, somebody is a little upset.
Hi, Leshy.
I am not turning tail and running. And he cost me a squirrel, which could have been food. So obviously we need some payback.
We have to get our revenge.
Yep, it's just how this works. Alright. Now onto one of the other creepy parts of the game. This only happens once or twice, so... But basically, they kind of zap themselves to turn them into monsters.
And this is generally how dungeon diving works, right? You make it through, you beat a mini-boss.
You beat a mini-boss, you get some rewards, you move on. After 4 runs through an area, well, 3 really, where you defeat the mini-boss, you will open up the final boss of the area, which in this case would be Leshy. But we're not quite there yet.
And that's our second follower. So, chat, nominations for names, I will be taking them down. Or send in a donation. Let me know what you want to name them.
We love donations. We still want to hit that 1,500, right?
Absolutely.
How far do we have to go, anyway?
We are currently sitting at 1,460.
Okay.
So it isn't very much.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Ray says we should name it Octini.
You know what? The only problem there is we don't have an octopus form yet, but I think we can handle that. I'm going to change our follower form because this gives me a chance to show off the best mechanic in the game. Purple Octini? Yeah, let's go red. Red's good. scruffy snoot. That's always good.
And cynical too. Interesting.
Mm.
How important are the followers, dispositions for a marriage percent run?
Not terribly. The main thing is that you have them. You're not as worried about the rest. But there is one important thing we can do, because this follower is a dog. In this game, you can pet the dog.
Amazing.
Just absolutely vital. So we're going to go and build our shrine. You don't get a lot of choice about this. You can kind of see that stone where the followers come in is preset. There's going to be a box for offerings to the one who waits that also goes in that other stone circle. And here we're about to get another follower, so let's see about some suggestions.
We're taking names.
Al Nader? That's...
We got Basil.
Basil, ooh.
Basil.
Could also be Basil. Either way, a fox feels very appropriate. And I think we gotta make him green.
Suits the name, absolutely.
Yeah. They're either a gentleman or a plant or a gentleman plant, so I think this works well.
Violet has requested purple. Oh, we've locked it in. Sorry.
My friend Violet, VioFox, is an awesome art streamer, by the way, and does amazing character art for D&D games and some RPG supplements and things like that. So definitely recommend giving them a follow. We're now going to collect our single inspiration.
I've also done the math, and we are about $40 away from 1,500. I did need to do math because I'm an English major. I got my bachelor's in English, so math is not my strong suit.
I've got a history degree. Spreadsheets are for doing math.
Exactly.
Looks like we're going to need some stone to build our temple, so get to work on a little of that. See if Octini can help us out a bit. Alright, so we're up to 3 stone. We need 2 more. Alright, so kind of like the cook fire, I usually like to have the temple or shrine where it's fairly easy to reach. So I'm going to clear a little of this stuff out first, then put it down. And that's going to kind of start the, not quite the beginning of the end, but we are getting close to the end of the beginning. And this will help us get the last conditions we need met to start really working on the run.
We'll finally be free of the shackles of the tutorial.
Mostly.
Mostly.
So basically keep them happy, make sure they do what we want, as one does.
The happier they are, the more likely they are to do what we want.
True.
It's a bit of a circle. All 3 of our followers, they're so cute. Look at them go.
Absolutely. So basically there's 2 unlocked trees we're going to work on. The devotion unlocked tree is buildings and things that support the cult. And then the prayer unlocked tree basically is powers that help you directly in combat and when getting out into the crusades.
So, BZ, how exactly do you get married in Cult of the Lamb? For anybody who may be unfamiliar, because I sure as hell didn't get it in my casual run.
I am glad you asked. So you see, actually, Ratau is asking about these telling us to go get these commandment stones and to declare doctrines. Getting married is technically part of the law and order doctrines. So basically, we are going to be collecting commandment stones to unlock the second level of law and order. And once we've done that, we will be able to do the marriage ritual. We also have to unlock rituals in general, which will be done as part of this last bit of the tutorial. But the more we collect commandment stones, which we can either find in the dungeons here or earn through basically raising our followers' loyalty, the more we can declare. So we're back in. You notice the weapon has changed. This time we have an axe. Somebody did ask this in a previous marathon, so we tested it. The first weapon you get after the sword is always an axe. And
oh, that's interesting.
We have good news.
Is it magic time?
It is totally magic time.
Heck yeah.
Ta-da!
I love how Ratau looks startled. He's like, oh gosh, he's really got it.
I didn't think he'd do that. So basically, we're just flinging these curses at people. So one downside of the axe is it obviously hits a lot harder, but it swings a lot slower. So if you're a player who likes quick reacting weapons and being able to dodge stuff more than you stand there and just kind of engage, this is not really the one for you.
Is there an optimal weapon for dungeon diving?
So everybody's going to have their preferences. Also, Leshy is being rude, but what
Leshy
a change
is
that
angry.
is.
I feel like the bishops of the old faith are perpetually angry.
Yeah, kinda.
So you said everybody has a preference.
Yeah, some of it depends on your playstyle. For me personally, I like fast swinging, not necessarily as high damage, but very quick DPS weapons. Because of that, I tend to prefer like the dagger or the gauntlets, which work really well for that, especially because the gauntlets in certain styles of gauntlet can actually like stack damage the more you hit somebody.
I see.
So we have choices here. I think we're going to take the route here where we go for the veggies and then to get a follower. I'm also a fists runner in Hades, so that kind of says it all as far as that goes for preferring quick and just right up in your face stuff. The sword isn't bad, and also there are some players that like some of the slower swinging weapons because they can kind of build a rhythm. I respect that. I don't really know how that works, but they seem to be happy. One nice thing that was introduced with the new content is you can unlock a thing where you basically, if you don't like your starting weapon, you can say no thank you, send it back, and get a replacement. And we're also going to be rescuing our first chicken follower. So
I didn't know they added chickens. That's new.
they
All right.
added chickens. They added several birds, actually.
If anyone's got a name for the chicken, let me know. Unless Sherry Lewis still stands as an actual nomination, in which case I'll shut that down.
I mean, that is pretty good.
What's the name of the chicken from Moana? Hey.
Though really, if we're going to call it, if we're going to use the Hey as the example, the real name is Boat Snack.
So are we nominating Hey Hey, or should it be Hennifer?
Hennifer's not bad either.
I will jot these down. I think Hennifer is hilarious, personally.
I wish the name field were longer because we could make her Hennifer Lopez. That would be amazing.
Oh, also, when do we get the name to name the cult? It's kind of important that I know.
That will be coming up here actually fairly shortly.
All right. Well, if you want to influence that poll, you've got only a smidgen of time left.
Hello, Haro.
It looks... Oh, Haro's here. It looks like, just to influence the masses, that Test Cult has pulled back into the lead. Much to my dismay.
So we've got our first commandment stone. We're going to skip the tarot room and we're going to go into the next mini-boss fight, because once we do that and beat this boss, we can return. You may have seen that we got a sword upgrade. There are periodic weapon upgrades you can get during the dungeon, as well as magic upgrades. Sometimes they're offered as room rewards, and sometimes they are offered as segment rewards, but in this case, it was done to kind of get you ready for this fight. So now we got two. We got our chicken friend, and we are going to have this guy. I'm going to choose a nature's necklace because it's a little more immediately useful. The follower will harvest bonus resources, which is something we want right now. And we have another commandment stone fragment, which means we are on our way.
Well on our way. We love to see it. Alright, so we could technically name one of our followers Hey Hey and the other one Hennifer, but if anybody has another name nomination, please feel free to drop it in chat. We do have a little bit of time whilst Lambert speaks to the one who waits.
Yeah, our boss is kind of a micromanaging dark god. It's a little annoying. Kind of creepy.
And yes, Test Cult is in the lead by $17. So,
Ooh.
You know what to do. We've got a tiny little bit of time left. So, if you want to eke out a win?
Long now before they ask us what to name the cult. So, be aware. But you get a minor reprieve since the cult is asleep right now.
$17.01. Goodness gracious. So we could do Hey Hey and then the other one Hennifer?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
And
that is how you spell it, yes.
Yeah, I will be good. I won't make it boat snack. Let's see. That is kind of Hey Hey colored. Oh, actually.
Bug snack. Where is Conception?
Ooh,
Oh!
Some nice traits. Alright, so. There they go. And we're going to have them mine stone. Because we have a lot of that.
We have $20 from Chex Human that says medical debt equals X_X, which is a little face.
Aw. Yay.
Did not go to the Cult of the Lamb name, though.
That's okay.
That is A-okay.
Alright, let's see here. Hennifer. That looks like a Hennifer, I think.
I love how the face actually showed up in the captions. That is iconic.
Oh, that's beautiful. Here we go.
That's
our Hennifer.
Beautiful. We have Hey Hey and Hennifer.
Also, yes, the beaks are on the side of the face. Don't think about it too hard.
There's only so much you can do. They're all sleeping on the floor. Oh no!
We'll make them some sleeping bags. It'll be fine. This is fine. We'll take care of it. We'll absolutely not put them in body pits. It's fine.
Body pits?
Well, you know, sometimes things happen and you want to be sanitary. Let's see here. So, we're going to declare a sermon. We're going to do our sermon and declare our first doctrine. And we've also got enough we get our next unlock, plus a little extra. I like Bane weapons for the next unlock here because they can give you poison damage.
I'm also a big fan of poison damage. It's very helpful in a pinch.
It's kind of nice to just let the stuff do the work for you. And now, we are going to declare our first doctrine. This is basically selected for us, but that's okay. Like I mentioned, once we get free of this, we start being able to do our own things.
We love freedom.
Freedom
Ooh.
is good.
We've got $5 from Solmus218 that says, "Thanks for the wonderful week, everybody. What an amazing achievement for a great cause." Oh god, Ratao is talking about bones.
Bones are important. They're kind of the little secret sauce of our cult stuff.
If the bones are the secret sauce, then does that make it crunchy?
Yes.
Horrific. I hate it.
But you just can't keep coming back for it. Let's see here. All right. So obviously we still have a lot of terrain here that's kind of going to be iffy to work around, but we do need some beds. We're going to put a few up here. In fact, we can actually build a little extra on so that we will have enough for the cultists we're about to go out and recruit. We're running a little low on coin, but that's why we're going to go back to the old faith. You guys can take care of the rest. Everybody gets sleeping bags. This is good.
Everyone has a place to sleep now.
It's very important.
No sore backs in this cult.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so speaking of daggers, we just got our first one.
Heck yeah.
And we get to shoot tentacles at things. This is always good.
There's a joke in there somewhere that I'm reluctant to make.
This is
What is that?
That is a screaming bell. It is one of the things that got added to the DLC. And basically, until you wipe out the enemies in a room, if one of them shows up, it's just going to keep trying to thwomp on you.
Thanks. I hate it.
Yeah, it kind of triggered my anxiety the first time I saw one. Well, more realistically, the first time I heard one. But that's okay. We're not exactly friends now, but we can deal with each other.
You have a mutual understanding.
Something like that. Ooh. Get bonus wood room. Thank you for the additional wood. And we'll go ahead and move on.
Are those official name nominations, by the way? Should I write down Harrow, Gideon? Whilst Leshy throws a little tantrum. Oh! He brought friends!
He did.
the bid war is quite close. Let me run some fast calculations because, again, I got my degree in English. It is $12. $12 difference. I guess technically 13 if you want one to come out on top.
Yeah, doesn't hurt. Now on the upside, this did get us a fair bit of bones.
Which is what we wanted, what we needed.
This is in fact the goal. I'll go ahead and grab this tarot card since it is free. Gave us an extra heart, and then, ooh, we have some interesting options. Mystery room. Could recruit a follower and get some stone. There's a bunch of mystery rooms here. That's always interesting. You never quite know what you're going to run into.
Like a box of chocolates?
Or in this case, like half a blue heart or a tarot card. I think I'm going to try the tarot card. Alright. More efficient cursing. And then we can go find our follower friend.
Is there a minimum number of followers that you need in order to get married?
Yes and no. There is a minimum amount of followers to open areas. It depends in part on how successful you are once you start being able to raise loyalty, which is, I think, going to be one of the things that unlocks here when we return to the cult. You can potentially do it before you defeat Leshy, or you can do it after. If you do it after, you need to have, I think, a minimum of 6 cult members to open up the next area.
Mm-hmm.
So some of it just depends on how much you focus on the cult itself, how much you're trying to just speed run the combat and get the tombstones that way. Oh god, I said tombstones. That's Final Fantasy.
It's okay.
It's the award-winning Final Fantasy that now features a free trial of the award-winning Stormblood. Just forget I said that.
Close enough. We do have a donation.
All right.
If we have a moment. We have $15.01 from Ektar that says, I can't stand seeing this uneven number for any longer. This is a nice round number, don't you think? Shoutouts to the wonderful organizers of the event, the staff, and everyone in chat. Less than 3.
Yay.
And that brought us up to $1,500. Congratulations,
Woo!
Everybody!
Awesome. That seriously makes me so happy. It
is absolutely amazing.
I am so proud of everybody who has been putting this together and doing the event the last 2 years. This is so awesome. Thank you.
And 1 cent. I love that. Thank you for that, Ektar.
That 1 cent's important.
That 1 cent covers like $10 or so?
Yep.
Of medical debt? Literally every cent counts.
Yes. Hello, this is Barbatos. He is sadly not an island.
I think that's Barbados. 1 cent is $1? I see. Well, this, like I said...
Every dollar counts, every cent counts.
Math is also not my strong suit. We've been over this. It's fine.
Now you notice he is dropping fervor when I land hits. So this will get us extra fervor for our curses if we need them. But in this case, well... Welcome home, buddy. And we unlocked cows.
Cows! Adorable.
Cows are important. Cows are very good. And another Doctrine Stone, so this is excellent. Alright, so... time to go home, and you can see we've already done 3 of the panels of the door there. So the next time we go on a crusade, it will be to fight Leshy as the final boss of this dungeon. And I got a no damage bonus, so we got a 50% on our items. Or a plus 50%, so very good.
We have 2 new followers to indoctrinate into the cult, correct?
Yes.
So, should I... This is for chat. This is a question for chat. Harrow and what was the other one? Gideon. Are those our name nominations? Should I jot those down? Yes?
All right.
Perfect. All right. We need Frugy Nodders. It's true. All right. The names have been written. I've got them.
Awesome. So go ahead and collect some faith. Get our next divine inspiration. We're gonna have to start feeding these guys, so I'm gonna do farm plots. We'll get to work on that in a bit. First things first. So this is going to be Harrow?
Yes, that's Harrow.
Oh! Oh! Harrow and Gideon, I see now. Oh, actually, oops. Yeah, I've read the Locked Tomb. I'm a fan. So, with that in mind, let's see. We need a very good goth necromancery cow, so I think...
It has to be that one.
Yeah. And we'll give them the little tattoos for their magic. And we're going to have you worship. And then we've got our Gideon. If only we had a giraffe form. On the other hand, doesn't like to be told what to do a lot, so cat does fit.
It is pretty perfect.
Let's see. That's about as close as we can do to making them a redhead. And
the angry eyebrows, perfect.
That is perfect. I can't get them aviator shades, but I can do this. And go chop trees. So, we've now got our followers. The day is about to begin, so what I'm going to do is just meditate here to speed up the clock just a little bit. The reason I'm doing that before I declare my doctrines... Ah, here we go. It's time to get the cult to name. So...
All right. Well... It did end up being Test Cult. So that would be T-E-S-T. Yeah, you got it. Perfect.
All right.
Thank you all so much for those donations.
We really appreciate it.
On that topic, we did get $1.99 from Anonymous with no comment. But thank you so much for that.
There you go. So we'll do our first ritual now. And now we dance.
There's nothing like a little group dance to bring morale up.
Indeed.
I love the little wavy arm animations. They're so cute.
So this is about increasing their loyalty. By true power, by the way, he means playing dice and gambling, because obviously this is the real power of the crown. So we're gonna, let's see. I'm gonna talk to Gideon here. Interact. We're gonna read their mind. They're cynical. They are not a good choice to give a gift, but we complete that one.
We could find Mary. Maybe give them a gift since they had a.
What I'm actually gonna do is, yeah, that's actually
I don't know.
a good point. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm backseating. Don't mind me. My apologies.
Yeah, you know, we did boost them a little bit already, so we'll give them a gift, and we will give them... Actually, yeah, we'll give them the long life necklace, so our Mary can have a very long life with us. And then we'll find another follower who is doing... Yeah, hey, let's give you a little bit of something here. We're going to give you this necklace for bonus resources, so you can take care of that for us. But I never finished my explanation. The reason I didn't do that right away when I returned is it was nighttime, and you do lose faith if you wake everybody up in the middle of the night. Casting a ritual will kind of set that off a bit, but generally they don't like that.
To be fair, getting woken up in the middle of the night is not a pleasant experience. I would also be kind of disgruntled.
Yep. Alright, so we've gone ahead and put down a good bit of farm plots here. We can get them started. I can also give Mary a blessing. And that should be enough to... Yes!
Amazing.
Now we have our doctrine. We can, I think, do a new doctrine today. You can't do two in one day, but yes, we did the other one yesterday, technically. So we'll do our first Law and Order unlock.
We are well on our way to getting that marriage.
We are. So I'm going to go with the Ascend, but because we're trying to be, you know, we're trying to be a happy family. We're going to marry one of our cult members. Murdering them in their sleep is not always the best solution. Pick that up on here. We're going to open up the farming bundle because that'll give us the ability to have our followers tend the farm for us. And while they work on that... Ooh, oops, somebody had an accident. We'll clean that up. Problem solved.
That is definitely one of the more interesting mechanics I think they included into the game.
I think it's a very good mechanic for, like, management, but I also am annoyed that you have to literally get to tier 4 of unlocks before you can make an outhouse.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I've also had followers in the past just go in the most inconvenient of places.
It's true.
Sometimes they go in the temple, and I really have to question why.
That is rude. So we don't necessarily care that much about gambling right away, but we do care about that big shiny thing.
Ooh, a big gift.
A big gift. If we play this right, usually you can get another gift from him for beating him at Knucklebones. So, we're going to take a quick break to try this. If we don't beat him in the first game or two, then we'll head back and we'll do another crusade to get tomestones. But we're going to start with this. Oh, that was rude. I would swear that was a 3 and not a 6 when I rolled it, but that's okay. We are well on our way here to getting a winning score, so I'm not going to complain too much. Oh, that was very rude.
It's like the laws of Knucklebones. You have to hold it in because otherwise Ratau will make you regret it.
Fortunately, I think we're going to pay him back. With interest.
Heck yeah. Nice.
Very good. I think it's one of the better Knucklebone scores I've had, actually. Okay, that also works.
Oh, it's a tarot card.
Yep. Sometimes it's a tarot card, sometimes it's a gift. Right now, I'm going to say no, just because we're going to go a little broke if we don't. We need that money for things like more beds, among other things. But back to the warm embrace of our test cult. And we will give them a nice big gift to help one of our followers along.
So when you try and raise loyalty of your followers, do you want to focus on like some specific ones that you're already raising, or do you want to like do different ones? How?
I usually try to get, at this point in the game, I try to spread it around a bit, but I do want to look for the ones that are going to be easier to get to the next level, especially with the big gift in this case.
They're so happy.
Now, I can't give them another blessing today because I've already blessed them. But this does get them much further along. And if I do another sermon tomorrow, that will hopefully be enough to raise them up. And in the meantime, I'll give a few blessings to the people over here. And also help get them on their way. So you can see he's getting pretty close. A couple of the other ones praying are getting pretty close. I think we can work with this. We'll go ahead and set up our little farm plot here. Get our seed silos and our I am hitting the wrong buttons. That's okay. No, Basil is volunteering to eat some grass for us. Who am I to say no?
Better them than somebody else, I suppose.
Apparently the problem is I need to get more grass, so we'll go ahead and we'll grab a little more of this, and then we'll go ahead and make our next crusade a thing. We'll get our grass, and then we'll come back and, you know, possibly celebrate defeating Leshy as well.
Oh, he sure is upset.
He mad.
Big mad.
Teeny razor dagger. Very light, very fast, good for combos. Nearly, what else are we doing here? That was rude. Alright, so that happened.
While you go through the dungeon, is it okay if I talk about our charity real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
For anybody who isn't aware, or for anybody who may just be joining us over the course of our comfy evening, this charity is benefiting RIP Medical Debt, which is an organization that buys up medical debt for a fraction of the price. All of the proceeds that we are raising here today will go towards that, and every dollar, I was thinking about the cents from earlier, but every dollar donated will forgive $100 of debt through RIP Medical Debt. It is a fantastic cause, especially for those of us who live in the United States who deal with medical debt on a daily basis. So many of us deal with medical debt in our day-to-day lives. It is such an important cause, and so yeah, every little bit counts, every little bit helps, and it's I've lost my train of thought. It is quite late. It is 12:30 on the East Coast, but we're trucking on.
Basically, just please keep donating because it does help a lot, and you could change somebody's life tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Alright. Plenty more grass for our friend Basil.
And the quests help with loyalty as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Every time you finish a quest, your follower gets a loyalty increase because, you know, they asked you for a favor and you said sure, and you took care of it. So the follower has increased movement speed. Doesn't matter that much for what we're doing. But in the main game, especially if you're not stopping at marriage percent, you can get what's called missionaries. And that speeds up their missionary time. So they can go out and get stuff for you and bring it back. We're going to pick a commandment stone here. We're also going to go through her stuff because, you know, this is apparently just kind of what we do. And at least on a few occasions, I've gone through here and she does drop gifts that you can give to followers. Though in this case, that was not happening. That's okay. We're just going to keep rolling. In this case, we'll pick up another follower for the road.
We're going to need a name nomination for this follower as well. So put your nominations in chat. First one will get the name. Joe Dirt? Oh, goodness gracious.
Man, that is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
And here I was going to suggest Char Bunny because it's a bunny follower.
It is bunny follower. Char is awesome.
Char is awesome. Shoutouts to Char. She ran a Love 3 earlier today. Absolutely fantastic runner.
Alright, this one's interesting. We have two choices here. We can either get our regular hearts turned into the spirit hearts, or we can do food instead of coin. And since our cult is getting hungry, I think this is the way to go. So basically we should get food drops instead of getting coin drops at the end of every room.
Food drops are so helpful, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've written down all of your suggestions. No takesies backsies. You said Joe Dirt, and now it is law.
Alright, so we got to meet Kudai here. So in this case, I'm going to go for the Touch of Tura, because they are useful, and I actually really don't like the close-range AoE blasts. They're usually more trouble than they're worth, and you kind of saw when I was fighting earlier that I got hit more than I hit other people when I tried to use them. Oh wow, we're just getting all the NPCs here. This is our friend the Fish Ermen.
Pay no attention to where his mouth actually is.
Yep, he's got a mustache.
Or maybe do.
Look just like normal. Totally normal mustache. Nobody has anything to worry about here.
Nothing odd or suspicious going on at all.
Alright, so long. And thanks for all the fish.
And thanks for all the fish. You did pick up some salmon.
I did.
Rest assured, chat, I do have your name suggestions written down. So I've got Joe Dirt, we've got Char Bunny down, and I have Blackheart down. So we are set for the next 3 followers if we make it to 3. I know we will be getting at least 2.
Yep. Well, actually, 1 this time because we don't get a follower for killing Leshy. We get...
Oh, true.
Well, I'll show you what we get. Excuse me.
I have to keep the mystery alive.
Alright, we got our grass. And now... Alright. Pardon me. Alright, weapon damage buff is good, especially considering what we're going into. everything we need, I think.
You are absolutely destroying these things.
It is pretty fun. Alright, so we're going to trade our razor for the dagger there.
We do love the extra poison damage.
We do. The sword is not bad, and the longer attack radius is not bad, but stacking quickly is going to help us here, because Leshy is a bit of a monster, really. Not like you couldn't tell from the dialogue earlier.
In every sense of the word, he is a monster.
Yep.
It's time! Everybody say hello, Leshy.
Hello, Leshy. He is a very angry caterpillar. I guess technically with the thorns he might be considered a centipede, but...
Details. Semantics.
pretty much.
He's big, he's angry, he has many, many teeth.
That really is a lot of teeth. Like, you don't need that many teeth. You just don't.
I don't like how sharp they are, with the implication that he's a carnivore.
Alright.
That was fast.
That was
Quick
very
work.
fast. That went well.
GG.
Alright. So, grab ourselves a heart of the aforementioned heretic here. And the first of those chains breaks away. Oh, hey, and we get a couple decorations.
That is also a lot of gold coming out of that chest.
It is. And I believe we have a new commandment stone.
Heck yeah! Wait, so does that mean we're going to be unlocking marriage?
We need to get one more piece.
Ooh, soon then!
Remember that big gift. So, we've got a few things we can do, and we're going to have the new sermon. So when we go back, I think we will be all set up. So I will unlock the ritual. We have all the bones we need. I may go ahead and make the grassy gruel just to get that loyalty bonus, because that might be enough to give us the commandment stone right there without having to need to do the sermon too.
But we're very close to time, is what you're telling me.
We are very close to time.
We do have some cutscenes to sit through first, of course.
A little bit. It's not too bad.
There is some story going on.
In theory.
Whilst we take care of all of our followers. Oh, look at them!
We got everybody here together, a nice family portrait.
And they're so happy that you defeated Leshy.
They are. It is a good. So, let's go ahead and make Basil his gruel. And let's give everybody else, like, some actual food. I think that's enough for everybody. Alright, so... Yep, there he goes.
It's looking good.
Let's see here. Yes. All right, here we go.
Oh, we do have that last follower.
We do have that last follower. It doesn't hurt, right? So what was our name for this one? Is this
Well, this is Joe Dirt, yes. Thank you, Octini, for that.
We'll do something a little special here. He's got a mullet. It's perfect.
He's got a mullet! Oh no!
I don't actually know if it's a full mullet, but it looks good.
I love him.
Alright. Here we go, guys. So I'm gonna do the sermon, we're gonna do the doctrine, do our new ritual, and time will be when we marry and we kiss our married spouse. And I gotta say, this little cult we made is set up pretty well for the future, so yay!
They're doing amazing. Thriving, if you will.
So we will select the wedding ritual. And now, there's a couple other things I could do, but we're going to go to marrying a follower.
Are we gonna marry Mary?
I think it's only appropriate.
Of course!
There we are, that's time.
Your time is 1:15:19. That is
Awesome.
time, Octini.
Great. So thank you guys so much. We get a little tarot card as a wedding gift.
And you came in super underestimate too. GG's.
Thank you. I've been working on practicing and trying to get my time down. I'm still trying to kind of get to like an hour or sub 1 hour. I'm not sure if I'll ever make that for now, but we're getting there. So
Bit by bit.
bit by bit. So I want to thank a 20-something loser on the Frame Fatale's Discord who invented this run and routed it. I want to thank everybody with Rip Medical Debt for letting me come on. Thank my lovely host for all the great work you did and being able to have fun with this.
Of course.
And my partners and my family for letting me go on a Saturday night and go do this for a couple hours. But thank you guys so much. I'm so glad we were able to hit that 1500 during my run. That's amazing. And just if you're interested in this, either come to the Frame Fatale's Discord, follow me on Twitch, shoot me a message here, join the Rip Meteor or the Meteor Speedruns Discord. I hang around here at least some of the time, and I'm happy to answer questions. Okay, we'll clean it up. We have been married for exactly 1 minute, and we are already being given chores to do. This is good. Yeah, I think we're all set, so I'll get out of the way of the next run and just say stay tuned for the finale with Ghost of Tsushima. It's going to be really good.